Alright, so my topic is Americans and their cell phones. So, the survey where I got the information from was on the Pew website. The survey was conducted from April 26th to May 22nd in 2011. What the survey did was they called 2,277 people. 1,522 of them were on landline phones, and 755 of those were on cell phones. So there's two groups that they interviewed and calculated. There's the adults that were 30 or older that make up the adult section of the statistics, and the other group is the young adults, which is the 18 to 29-year-olds, which are way more active in cell phone use. So 83% of all Americans, this is anybody, not just adults or young adults, 83% of American adults own some kind of cell phone. Whether, as you can see in the picture, it's an old phone as a BlackBerry, maybe a flip phone, or an iPhone, or a new smartphone. Just anything, any kind of cellular device. Now, the biggest thing that has been going on with phones is, of course, texting. Of the people that they talk to, 73% of all cell phone owners use their phone for text messaging and picture taking. So, every 73% of that 2,200 people that they talk to likes to text or take pictures. Of the 51% of the adult population, they found out that those owners use their phone at least once to get information they needed right away. So maybe that could have been to call someone for a quick interview, need some stats, or a text message, or maybe an online through their smartphone piece of information. But the main part of this is that 51% used it for getting information at least one time. And then, like I said, internet came onto the phones with smartphones. That's been the biggest thing lately. Right now, 44% of those people they talk to access the internet through their phone. So that leaves it with smartphones like Androids or iPhones that are used on the internet, maybe through apps or just searching or anything involving the internet. 79% of the smartphone owners said that they use their phones for quick access. So, like earlier, getting that vital piece of information is even faster now on the smartphones because of the internet. And you can also use apps and use Google, Bing, Yahoo, anything like that to look something up quick, or even just the company that you're using may have an app. Like, say you're searching for a Chipotle restaurant to go to, you can look and find that information way faster than trying to call someone to get the number to end up calling Chipotle to see if they're anywhere nearby. So, internet has really helped, especially the smartphones. So, another thing is, sometimes you don't always have your phone with you. And of the adult population, 27% of them have had trouble doing something without their phone. So, 27% isn't a lot, but still, that's a pretty big number to rely on a phone to do your work. We just have become so dependent on cell phones that we are going to be in a world of hurt if something ever happened to where we were not able to use our phones. So texting, calling, internet searching, those are all big things. So And then another thing that is hard is the internet connection of phones. 20% of the adult population had trouble downloading stuff because it took too long. So this could either be your connection with your service, AT&T or Verizon or whatever your 3G or 4G network is, may take forever and then you gotta wait on that. Or if you're using Wi-Fi, maybe your Wi-Fi is not fast enough. But these 20% of people were getting mad because it was taking too long to load, which also shows how impatient America is becoming, that we need these things faster. And that's been the recent trend in research, is to get things faster. Another great statistic is 40% of the adult population use their phone for an emergencies. So whether that may be calling the cops, getting some help from a doctor, or just calling 911 in general for an emergency, or maybe a kid calling their parents for help. It's just, phones have been way more helpful because sometimes you're just not at your house where your home phone is, or maybe you don't even have a home phone, so emergencies, you got to find some way. And yeah. And another funny statistic, 13% of adults pretend to use their phones so they don't have to interact with people. That is not good, that people don't want to interact with each other and they use their phones as a way to escape. That just shows that Americans are becoming less social, and that's also with the advancement in social media, where people don't even talk to each other anymore. They just talk to each other online, and that is not good. And that number is even more increasing with the younger population. Like I said, with Facebook and Twitter, 30% of them use their phone so they don't have to interact with people, maybe feel awkward, I don't know. I just feel that maybe they should be talking to people instead of getting themselves stuck to their phone all the time. And this even can apply to in classes. People get bored in class and they go on their phone so they don't have to get with the class discussion. And that also brings in entertainment, escaping from your work to do entertainment. With old phones, only 21% of the owners used it for entertainment, which is understandable because those phones used to not really do much, maybe a few games, or you could text, but that's about it. But with the new smartphones, apps with such as games like Words with Friends, or Draw Something, or Temple Run, or games on Androids, people just have a lot more things to do with their phone, and it shows with a 51% increase in phone users looking for entertainment. Another big thing is young adults using their phone when they're bored, 70%. With the younger population, is just so into their phones that whenever they get a chance that they're bored, they go directly to the phone to see what they can look up and find, and it's not very good. And also, we just use our phones at any moment we can, when we should just be paying attention. And a good statistic I believe in is this: 29% of the adult cell phone owners just turn their phone off, period, to get a break from it. There's got to be a time when it's just too much with all the constant calling and texting and games, and you just need to get a break, leave your phone, escape from it, just go out in the world and experience things. You don't need to be on your phone 24/7, and you need to just get away from it. And that's my presentation. This is the link to find where you can get everything at, all the stats that I talked about. I got all my pictures on Flickr. These are all the different people that I got pictures from, and that is my presentation.